Okay guys, this is just a quick demonstration on what Athena can do on the 3D aspect of things once you have a 2D elevation that you're going to utilize. I basically just use our elevation maker to set up this quick elevation. I've got it set up here to output only the axes, which is the center point of the mullions. So I just popped a quick little elevation in here. I'm going to turn this a little bit for you, which you'll have to do just when you analyze the model, because we're telling Athena what side of this model is going to be the weather side. And red's pointing towards me, so I'm going to hit OK. I'm confirming all of the planes, and now we're good. From this point, we have libraries that you build, and we attach parts to the bars. In this case, I'm just going to select all the bars, but know that if you're actually building this, I have parts in here that allow me to build a jam with this library, and add and remove gaskets and switch gaskets and things like this, and add different pressure plates based on the system I'm using. So you can actually go ahead and put this on the left jam. You could switch it around here and put it on the right jam or the head or the sill, and you can build your system and your model exactly as it would be built in the field. Um, so at this point, I'm just going to show you this for demonstration purposes. We're going to apply all of the same bar to this whole entire assembly here. I'm going to show you how Athena can determine your cuttings for you, and how it can determine shear blocks and all of those kind of things. Once we have all of our bars here, we have to tell Athena how we'd like the bars to be cut. So we go ahead and analyze. We determine a bar joint, select two bars, and these are all of the pieces in our system. The basic profile, which is like the back member, the cover, gasket, an isolator. The gasket are all the gaskets in the system, isolator, and a pressure plate. Now, here's why it's separate is that you can take and subtract, say, a 1/16 off of all of your cover caps to allow for a little bit extra room there. Or on a gasket, you might want to have a profiled cut just so it kind of looks nice. So those are basic things you can select there. You can also select an assembly, and these assemblies I made up earlier. Bar continuous is just another term for vertical, and I made a vertical drilling, meaning that anywhere we have a butt jointed bar running into a vertical bar, we're going to have this drilling based on whatever points that I defined earlier. And also on a butt jointed bar or horizontal, I want to put a shear block in there, and I also would like to put a couple drillings into the horizontal itself. So I've defined all this stuff beforehand, and believe me folks, this takes, I think my training video for this is like 6 minutes long, so it really doesn't take very long to figure it all out. But basically that's all we're doing here. So it's going to drop my shear block in and drill my holes in the one place, and I'm going to say, okay, now search the whole model for every place that's very similar to that and do the same cutting. And it's going to go through and do that real quick for us. And then I'll show you what it looks like. And keep in mind, Athena's 3D section is utilitarian. We're actually building to scale, full-size dimensions with the actual parts. By actual parts, I mean the actual materials, everything in this model. So this isn't one of those smoke and mirrors kind of pretty models. This is a utility model. This is going to give us hole locations, how many shear blocks, how many verticals we have, what do the cuts look like, all those kind of things are what we're looking for in our models. We're not here to show you a nice pretty serpentine wall and not give you an output. What we're looking to do is show you a 3D model that you're actually going to use. And if you can see, here's a hole and here's a hole. So those are my pre-drilled holes in my horizontal. And let me get a better view here of your vertical. And you can see a hole here and a hole here on the vertical. Now, I'll take you inside this model just a little bit. I want to show you a different view, visual style, realistic. it's going to show you that 16th, or actually 32nd, because it takes the 16th off of the entire cover. So it's a 32nd off each side for the cover cap. You see my gaskets are cut on a nice profile here. You can see a little hole there in the horizontal bar. Athena has a beautiful tool called Objects Invisible. So you select an object, grab Athena layer, Object Invisible, and it just makes that specific object invisible for a moment, allowing us to see what the rest of this model looks like. I'm going to do the same thing to this shear block and show you the holes in my vertical. Now those are actual holes, and they're actually in the right location. I'm going to go ahead and make my objects visible again. And I could put glass in here and show you all of that, but it's really all pretty much the same deal. You put your glass in there, and then you can get a count. And how we do that, we do positions, and we're going to say this is the school, and this is the first elevation, and that's basically how we label these or get these positions done. Tell me that we found some objects here, and we've labeled everything, and now we can go ahead and evaluate and take a bar list. We'll just grab a bar list of the whole darn thing. How's that? 64 records written, and I've got myself a little sheet up here in Excel, and there it is. It's going to give me every single part in there with the length, the order number, if there's an order number. If you have an item number in your part, it will give you the item numbers for ordering, so you could really send this directly out to your manufacturer. Actually, I would optimize the list and then send it to the manufacturer, but you can optimize the CSV just like you can anything. So it's also going to show you all the cuts here. These are all straight cuts. I have a little key up here. If I had a horizontal miter, it would show me here. Vertical miter cut, it would show me here. Multiple cut, it would show me, if it was a compound miter, those kind of things. That's basically the kind of list you're gonna grab out of here. All right. You can do, like I said, you're gonna do the same with infills and assemblies. I didn't prepare myself a file for the assemblies, but we've got 12. I don't know if you do it this way. You've got 12 shear blocks in there basically, which I don't know if how many people would actually use a shear, look for a shear block count. I suppose if it was a big wall, somebody would. I'd probably just count how many bars I had and double it. But now I'm going to go ahead and view this back in a 2D wireframe, and we're coming to the close of the demo, so we'll view, this is a top view, and I left it here just so I could show you the bar diagrams and how they look when you pull one out. Bar diagram, we'll grab this one just because I want to show you. Let's see, text height, well, hopefully that'll be okay. This is actually going to grab every piece here, and I should have put myself a construction line, but this is a diagram of every part that's associated with or attached to that vertical, the length, dimensions, the whole nine, hole locations, length, width, everything. You'll have to dimension the holes, but it's going to give you a location, everything. There's our isolator. So pretty much everything is there. Well, thank you for watching my demo, and if you have any questions about Athena, my contact information is at the right hand side of the screen. Thank you very much. Enjoy.